All right. Good day, like minds. Once again, you are very much welcome to learn engineering drawing with me again. And in today's video, we are going to be paying attention to every of your topics that have been taught this semester. So we're going to do a revision on each and every one of them. So I want you to pay attention. This might likely be the last video or the last class you'll be having for this semester. So take it very, very seriously. And if you have any issue, don't fail to contact me. My WhatsApp contact is there for you. So just try to reach out to me within the specific period I um, gave. Okay, based on what you guys did this semester, I think you took care of angles, then plane shapes, where you did polygons, triangle, rectangle. Then you also did ellipse and the various ways of constructing an ellipse. Then you actually progressed into um isometric progression and orthographic, just the basics. So I'm going to be covering up all these topics in this video. So just try to follow me, follow the step by step rules I lay, and God will see us through in Jesus' name. Okay, and we're going to be starting with the ellipse. So I told you guys that ellipse is a plane figure, abi. It's kind of look like a it looks like a circle, right? But just that it's having a major and minor um axis, unlike a circle which is just having a radius, and they said the radius is equal around the circumference of the circle from the middle, isn't it? So for this is how the a circle looks like. All right, looks like this. So the radius at every point is the same, unlike this, which is the ellipse. The distance from the center to the circumference is actually different, either longer or shorter from the other distance, no matter how close they are. So in other words, we had to just get the measure. When they mean measure, they say the longest distance, just as we are measuring diameter from the circumference of circle passing through the center down to the other circumference, abi. So that's how we're having this ellipse. So the major one, that's the longest distance you can have, and the minor. So getting it, we can use it to construct the ellipse. So in your question, you'll be asked to construct an ellipse using a particular method. So in Foci here, they majorly use either construction of ellipse using rectangular method, using circular method, that's concentric method, then focal point method. Sometimes you might be given two to construct, sometimes just one if you're lucky enough. But I'm teaching you guys how to do everything. You understand? So just try to follow me. So let's start with the rectangular method. For you to construct an ellipse, you'll be given the major and the minor axis. So in the question I coined out, we are told that the major and the minor axis are 20 and 12 centimeter respectively. Construct an ellipse whose major and minor axes are 20 and 12 centimeter respectively, using rectangular method, circular or concentric method, then the focal point method. So we are going to do all of them one after the other. So starting with the rectangular method, what you need to do to achieve that is to construct your rectangle first. So you have to construct your rectangle before you draw. So my rectangle, I did this. Okay, so I measure my rectangle. They said the length times breadth is 20. They said it's 20 by 12. So I'm measuring 12. So I'm coming to this side. I'll project this line, one of the points, upwards. Place it like this. And I'm drawing. I'll come over to this side. Still the same length. I'll measure, place it here to get to the second point. When I do, I'm having this. So from there I come here, measure the 12. They say this part is 12. So I'm measuring the 12 at this side. So this is 12. And I'll come to this side to measure 12 also. So this is also 12. I'm very sure that the major and minor axis that will be given to you in your exam won't be as large as this. I'm making mine large so it can be visible enough for you guys viewing it. Understand? Every other thing is still the same. So I've done my rectangle. Now after drawing your rectangle, they said what you have to do now is to divide this rectangle into 4 equal parts. So from the center at this part, I'll pick 6. That's the center. You are picking center. Whichever value you are giving, just pick the center. Then you connect it. Connect the center. Please, I just noticed something. My pencil, it's very dim. I don't know if it's due to my camera, but for the sake of visibility, I might likely be making use of pen in order for me to outline my work. So please, you permit me to do that. So I've gotten the middle of everything. Now once you are done, you label your work. This is A, B, we have C, and we also have the D. So once we are done with that, we'll have to divide this line, this side and this side, into 8 equal parts. The reason why I'm making it into 8 equal parts is because we need circumference. We need the curve that makes the ellipse, this curve that I explained earlier on. So for us to get this, we need different points to form it. So that's the reason why I'm actually working with the 8. So I'm trying to divide it into 8 so I can achieve the points that I'll use to connect it in order to draw my ellipse. So I'm dividing this 12 into 8 equal parts. And when you divide 12 into 8 equal parts, I think it should be 1.5. So from here, I measure 1.5 here. 1.5. Next one will be 1.5. 1.5, and here I'll come to this part, also repeat the same process. 1.5, 1.5, 1.5. Please, as you can see, I did not measure all through to this side. The reason is because sometimes when you are trying to construct, you might be having a little bit of error along the line. So it's better you just take just 4 at the top, 4 at the bottom. I'm talking about 4 spaces. The spaces I'm talking about is 4. Please take note of that. So I'll come to this side also, repeat the same process. You can use your set square to just project the line outside. But doing it this way is still not bad. Come down to this side, repeat the same process. So I have this like this. So once you are done with it, you label it 1, 2, 3. Then you go 3, 2, 1. Repeat the same process here. 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. Okay. After doing that, this line at the center, not the top and the bottom, the one at the center, you are going to now divide it into 8 also. So when you divide here to here is 20, right? According to what was given to us. So when you divide into 8 equal parts, we'll be having 2.5. So 2.5, um 2.5, 2.5. Come to this side again, move it to this side, start again. 2.5, 2.5, 2.5, like that. Please take notes. In your own case, they might give you a different parameters, but it does not change anything. Please just try to work with it. Still the same thing. So 1, 2, 3. So just observe the way I labeled my work. I have 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1, then 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. Just follow that method. If you're asked to use, maybe the major is 10 or 12 or 13, still divide it into 8 and like that. So once you are done with this, what you need to do now is to draw a line, a slanted line from C to 1, C to 1, C to 2, C to 3. Come over to this other side, C to 1, C to 2, then C to 3. And once you are done with that part, you come over to this side. Repeat the same process, D to 1, D to 2, then D to 3. Come over to this side, D to 1, D to 2, then D to 3. Now once you are done with this, what you need to do next now is to transfer C to 3, then stop at line 3 which you got from D. I repeat, C to 3, passing through the points you got that you labeled 3. It must pass through it, then stop at the inclined line that you drew from D. So this is what I mean. C to 3, C to 3, stop at 3. C to 2, C to 2, stop at 2. C to 1, stop at 1. You can be very fast with it. Come back to this side, C to 1, stop at 1. C to 2, stop at 2. C to 3, C to 3, stop at 3. After doing that, you repeat the same process for D. So for the D to 3, stop at 3. D to 2, stop at 2. D to 1, stop at 1. D to 3 to 1, stop at 1. D to 2, stop at 2. D to 3, stop at 3. So with this, you have gotten your point of intersection. And what are these points of intersection? We have letter A, we have letter B, we have letter C, and we have letter D. That's the point at the rectangle. Then we also have the points formed at this side. That's this side. Next is at this side, number 2. We have the one at number 1. Over to this side too, here and here. Please don't draw a big dot at this side though. I'm just doing it to clarify my explanation, so please, just for you to be able to identify the points. So after doing this, you can now draw your ellipse. So now draw your ellipse. Identify the best um points possible to form your ellipse. The best points possible. So as you can see, this one should give me a good point. And I outline. Please make sure that what you want to outline is the correct stuff. So, I'll do this. Please try to practice the use of if you can get a particular part, just observe the opposite. That's if your work is accurate too. Just observe the opposite part of your curve. It will tally. So as you can see, I've constructed my ellipse. So this one is construction of ellipse using rectangular method. Now let's go over to construction of an ellipse using circular method or concentric method. So let me adjust method. So for the circular method, so it told us that we are going to be having our major axis to be um having the major axis to be 20 and the minor is 12. So those 20 and 12 are going to automatically become the diameter of our circle. So we are going to be having two circles, right? One with radius of 10, the other one with radius of 6. Okay, for this one, using circular method, the diameter is going to be the major and the minor axis length, right? So we'll have to pick the radius, and the radius they told us that it's 10 abi for the major one. So I'm opening my compass to radius of 10 and I'll draw. I'm drawing this so it will be visible enough while I'm trying to explain. Normally, ellipse question are not usually as large as this. Really not as large as this. So after doing this, you can divide you have to divide it into 12 equal parts. You have to divide it into 12 equal parts. Okay, so after drawing this circle, you have to divide it into 12 equal parts, right? To 12 equal parts. So from here, the radius of my circle, that's what you're using to divide. So from this place, I'll strike at the top, I'll strike at the bottom, come over to this side, strike at the top, come over to this side, strike at the bottom. Then I'll come to this side, strike at this side. That's from the top now, strike towards the side. Top and the bottom, strike towards the side. This is top, just as I did for the bottom. So once I'm done with this, I'll connect it passing through the center. Then take this one also to this side. Repeat the same process for this one. Come over to this side. Repeat the same process. Okay, after dividing this into 12 equal parts, you label your work. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Please label your work like this. Since you are following my method, try to label your work like this. Okay, after doing this, I will measure. I will try to construct my smaller circle. Remember, they gave us major axis and minor axis. For circular method, the major axis and minor axis becomes major circle and minor circle. And the other one, they said the circle is of 6 diameter. Since the radius is 12, so I'm measuring 6. So repeat the same process. Put the compass at the center of the circle because they are going to come from the same circle. Then I'm turning another circle at the center. So once I'm done with that circle at the center, there's no need to bisect to divide into 12 equal parts because the first circle, the bigger circle, has given you your division. So you just will continue. So if I want to number my work, I'll number it like this. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, please try to label your work. It's very, very good and necessary. And also, dimension is very, very important because without those units, it's equivalent to you doing rubbish because it's assume you are passing this to a contractor who is going to construct. So without those things, they will not know what to do. So this is the arrangement. For your bigger circle, you are drawing a straight vertical lines in this manner. A vertical line, that's 12 going to touch 2 at the circumference. These divided lines that use slanted lines to divide into 12 equal parts, the part is touching the circumference of the bigger circle. You are drawing a straight line from a vertical line rather, sorry. So we continue. The next one is 11 to 3. Next one, 10 to 4 is already given, so there's no need. You go to the next one, 9 to 5. Next one, 6 and 8. After doing this, you now pay attention to the horizontal. Now, that's the smaller circle. For the smaller circle, you are using horizontal lines, no longer vertical lines. You're using horizontal lines. So the same process, the parts at the circumference where the slanted 12 divided lines touches, you are also doing the same process but in horizontal line, stopping at the vertical lines constructed from the major circle. 2 to 12 as usual. To touch this, then you stop. Go to the next one. Please, you are working with the circumference. The part is touching it at the circumference. Please take note of that. at the circumference. You go to the next one. This one is already there. Go to the next one. 5 and 9. Then after that, you go to the next one, which is 6 and 8. It's still the same process. That is why we labeled it look alike, so you won't be misled. And with this, my friend, you are done with the whole construction. So you just have to do is locate your point and construct and draw your ellipse. So at this place, this point at the minor becomes one of my points. Number 7 and number 1. So my points. Same thing applies to this side. So I'm working 1 and 7, 1 and 7, the same thing. This is not a point, to take note. Not a point. So once I'm done, I can now complete it. So I'm having this side as a point, this other side so a point. This side is also a point. This side so a point. This side also a point. This side is also a point. This side is also a point, and this side. So please observe it clearly. So as usual, you can now construct your ellipse. Now this is the gist there. When you after drawing the distance, just try to project out a little. Okay, so this is using the circular method, concentric circular method. So this does not look like ellipse very 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 well, due to one or two errors and the fact that I cannot clean since I'm using pen. But like I said, I just need to clarify one or two things. And also your exams is very very close, I think a day or two, so time to really pay attention to all these things is really limited. But anyhow, you can reach out to me to clarify some parts to you. So for focal points method, what you have to do is to draw a straight line, just fence. Please know the difference between fence line and thick line. So know the difference between fence lines and thick lines. Okay, so for this part, know the difference between. Okay, for focal points method, just draw a fence line first. Draw a fence line. After drawing that fence line, divide the line into. Please, this line is not fence in real life. I'm making it thick because I have a pen, a biro that will make it thicker when I'm trying to outline. So please, for your own case, make sure your line is very faint enough and don't clean construction line. Very very important. So we are dividing this line into, where they said the major and the minor axis as usual is 20 and 12, right? So I'm measuring 20. So from here to here is 20. From here to here is 20. So from that middle, you are going to draw a perpendicular line. From that middle, you draw a perpendicular line and draw your minor axis, which is 12. So the minor axis will also be balanced at the middle. So which simply means that 6 will be at the top, 6 will be at the bottom, perpendicularly. So this is what you are doing. When you want to draw a perpendicular line, a perpendicular vertical line or a perpendicular horizontal line, place your 8 and 10. When I mean 8 and 10, I mean this projected line at your 8 and your projected line at 10. Project it, balance it in such a way that it's going to stay straight with the horizontal line for you to draw the vertical line. Same goes to the vertical line when you are drawing a horizontal line. So I'll do it like this, then I'm drawing this like this. If you don't want to do it, you can use your ruler like this in this manner, and it will still give you the same. So you just have to pick from one of them. So I'm measuring, they said is 6, right? So that's 6 here. So I can continue. This side becomes my A, B, C, and T. So once I do this, I'll open my compass from, let's say this part becomes my letter O. So from letter O to A or O to B, anyone you can pick, still the same thing. Get the length, place it at C or at D, anyone. Strike at line AO and line OB like this. When you strike it, that point becomes your focal point. Let's say F1 and F2. So sometimes in your exam they will ask you what is the distance between F1 and F2. You can get the distance using focal point method. Just use your ruler to measure it. So the distance between my F1 and F2 is 15.8. So F1 to F2 is equal to 15.8 cm. So that's how you answer that question if you ever find something like that. Okay. The next thing I need to do is to divide. The next thing I need to do is to divide F1 to F2. Divide it into 8 equal parts. Please always work with 8. I know some of you might be asking, can you use any other stuff apart from 8? Yes, you can use, but 8 is tested and trusted over the years. I've taught countless number of students and I have been working with 8. So do the same thing. So this 15.8, we are dividing it into 12 equal parts. Okay, so we are dividing 15.8 divided by 8. So it gives me 1.97. So this is what I will do. I will divide it into 2. That's 4 to the right, 4 to the left, right? And each of them should be 1.97. And you know that I cannot get 1.97 here. So this is what I'll do. 1.9 should be 1.9. So exactly close to 2.0. I'll put it. Then I'll adjust again. Repeat the same process. Close to 2. Do the other one. close to 2. Just try to play around this. Come over to this side. Start again. Repeat the same process. Close to 2 or 2 safe. Close to 2. Okay. So with that, I can now make put my line. This is 0, right? So here becomes 1, 2, 3. We have 1, 2, 3. Okay. After doing this, I will open my compass like this. Open the chuku put am for here. From A, point A to 1. From point A to 1. From point A to 1, as you can see. I'll take it out. Place it at F1. Strike at the top. Strike at the bottom. Now, mind you, whatever we are doing at the A level, we are also going to repeat the same process at the B level. And what is at the A is equal to what is at the B. So which simply means that I don't have to measure B. I just have to place it at F2. This is for the sake of speed. F2, strike up, strike down. So you go to the next one, which is A to 2 now. This is A to 2. Take it off, put it at F1. Strike at the top, strike at the bottom. Come over to this side, F2. Strike at the top, strike at F2. Okay, next one, I'm going A to 3. A to 3. Put it at F1. Go to F2. Okay, now after doing this, open your compass at B or A, whichever one suits you. Move over to F1. To F1. To this one here. That's B to this side. B to 1 at the other part, or take it from A to B at the other side. Then intersect it at the initial one you got. Come to this side, repeat the same process from F. Okay, now after doing that, You are taking b to 2 now. You are taking b to 2 next. So I'm opening my compass. B to 2. Now place it at F2. Turn over to the other side. Still the same thing. Here we need to start afresh. Okay. Now you go over to 3. Put it at F to capture the 3. Place it at the F here. F1. And that's it. Now at the end of it all, you'll be having 1 point here, 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 the other here, another point here, sorry, the other point here, this one stays here. We project it out, then the last one here, and the last one here. Then as usual, ABCD is our point. So from here you can construct. So from this place, okay, and at the end of it all, these are the likely method for constructing ellipse that you can get. Thanks for watching. See you in our next video.